The Pat McGee is our catch of the day. And Pat, so far this season, the Bats got off to a slow start, but they've been red hot in the last few games. Yesterday, 9 hits, but couldn't get the timely hits to find a win. However, here today, game 37, still in the hunt looking for a playoff spot. What's it going to take from your Bats in order to get it done?
Well, like you said, I think there's been a lot of improvement over the course of the summer. The at-bats are getting better. They're extending. We're getting better results. Even in yesterday's blowout, I thought our kids did a great job having quality at-bats, great approaches at the plate, and we just didn't get that big hit that you talked about. But that's part of baseball and being down a lot of runs early. It's just the way you go sometimes. But as we move forward, I think the guys are developing, they're improving, and they just have to continue to stick with what they're doing.
You worked during the school year at Mount San Antonio. What's really the biggest difference in the instruction that you're giving these guys versus the instruction that you're giving your kids back at home?
There's really no different instruction. The biggest challenge is you have a short period of time here. There's a lot of games played. At school, you have 3, 4 games a week, a lot of practice time, and quite honestly, at school you have a little bit more power over them. You can sit people down at school. Here we don't have that luxury. We have a small roster, and these guys are going to play pretty much every day, no matter how mad you are at them, how difficult the days are. They get to play.
Do you have any say in what the defensive alignment looks like? For instance, if a guy like Dane Phillips hits better when he's catching, do you have any say in whether he's going to catch on a certain day?
We talk about the lineup and we discuss it as a staff, and uh, there's a lot that goes into it. And one of the things that was a benefit for us early is when Dane could catch, and that would open up a spot for the outfield when we had, some quality bats out there. And then with some of the injuries now, there's just a lot of adjustment. And at the end of the summer, you just there's a lot of compromise when you lose kids. So we do our best to keep as many quality bats as we can in the lineup, but at the same time, Coach Schiffner brings these guys up here to play, and everybody deserves their opportunity, and everybody will get their opportunity.
Your relationship with John Schiffner is obviously a good one. You spent 5 years with the Anglers and then a year off to have your little boy, and now back on with the Anglers staff. What is it like this year versus the previous 5-year tenure?
Nothing has changed. It's exactly the same. And actually, he made me take 2 years off because he was so sick of me after the last 5. But I have that effect on people, so that's the way it goes.
We had a chance to catch up with you and also your new member of the family yesterday at the clam bake and also at the game. What's it like having an additional member of the family and also working this job during the summer?
It's a lot of work. I have a lot of respect for my wife because it's not a vacation for her like it used to be. She's watching the kid all day. I don't want to do anything in the morning to help out because I'm tired. So uh, it's a good situation. We're fortunate to have a cottage here where we have our own time. Before I used to live with Schiff, but a two-year-old in that house, I mean, it'd be tough. I love my son, but he drives me crazy. I can only imagine what he'd do to everybody else. And really, for the rest of these guys, all their parents should thank me because it's a form of birth control. They get to see my kid run around and act like a terrorist. They want nothing to do with the child for an extended period of time.
That's fantastic. Pat, 100% baseball, though, is that where your mind is at when it comes down to game time?
Oh, always, and even before game time. I mean, we're here at 2:45, 3 o'clock for games every day, unless it's an early start. We're here before that, and that's what we're here to do. And fortunately for me, I have a wife that allows me to come here and do that, and a lot of great coaches are in that situation. I'm not the only one, but if you're going to be great at what you do, then you need the support of those people around you.
Pat, last night was really a struggle and the team ended up losing, but still a lot of fun afterwards. Good meal and everything, even though the coaching staff and players didn't forget the result of the game. It's been a little bit of a difficult season in the wins column and a lot of losses this season, but a lot of positives for the team. So, what has been the best experience that you've had either with the team or without it this summer?
Well, the best experience I have are the relationships that you build with the kids. Now, from a selfish perspective of what you're alluding to about last night, for those people that don't know, we were at a clam bake, and it was by far the best meal of my 6 years here. So that was the high point from a personal, eating standpoint. But hanging out with the kids and learning about them and their programs and building those relationships, that's what we come out here for. And again, it's been a rewarding summer. We'd love to win more games, but that's not always in the cards.
Watch check. This interview's taken long enough. Thanks so much, Pat McGee, the hitting coach for the Anglers, and he is our catch of the day before game 37 here at Veterans Field against Cotuit. My name is Chris Fitzgerald on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.